We're not. That was the last time.
You ready?
No.
Oh, come on. You gotta get going here, Matt.
Roll.
Hello, welcome to Mike and Al. What the hell? My name is Alex Kalognomos, and this gentleman by my side is
Mike Michaud, and today we are going to critique A Star
Discuss.
is Born. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, Alex, what do you want to say about A Star is Born?
Well, what I want to say is not a lot because I want to hear you say what you think
Well,
about this
I
film.
have mixed reviews on Star is Born. I'm sorry, you know me. I kind of like films, right?
Yeah.
I really wanted to like this film.
Right.
And I did. The first 30 minutes of it, it was like a white stallion running across the field.
Yes, it was.
A thing of beauty.
It was.
But then it slowly began to change colors and get heavier.
That's what films
It
do.
got weight, and then it had a broken leg. And then by the end of the film, it felt like it was like this dead carcass.
That's not like 99% of the experience that most people in the
I
world
know. Nobody's
have.
going to agree with me on it. I get
What can
it.
we say about A Star is Born? First of all, this is the fourth version of the film that has been made. It was
Like
made
we haven't seen enough.
It was made in 1930, I think 1934, and then 19.
That's right. Who was
no,
in
no,
1934?
1938, and then 1954.
34, who was in it?
Do you remember?
I don't remember.
It wasn't.
But the next one was Judy Garland.
Yes,
The
Judy
next one was
Garland
Barbara
and
Streisand.
James Mason. The next one was Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand in 1973.
Which was
that's
brilliant.
45 years ago, and then it took another, I don't know, how many years to get.
Got it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever die. I think they'll keep making this film. I think because of the archetypes.
Yeah, this story never gets old
It's like Rocky.
because
you
it's
know?
about alcoholism, and that's not an easy. I mean, people when they hear about going to film about alcohol, who really wants to go see a film about alcoholism?
I don't know if it's about alcoholism. I think it's the rise and fall of stars, you know, and the traps that hold them in, and ultimately destroy them or send them to the top.
Well, in this case, she went absolutely to the top, and it's so interesting how this project
She did.
was shaped and stylized for all of Lady Gaga's amazing talents,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you agree with in
I
every
think
way.
Lady Gaga is extremely talented. I just don't think she was right for this role. Oh!
This role was definitely crafted for her from the moment.
Of
you see
course,
that
I know, and she
incredible
wrote the
rendition
music, too, and
that
all of
she did,
that.
and some of the
But
songs. The first song though was a classic, a standard, Edith Piaf's "La Vie en Rose."
Well, let's
And-
take it from the top. Let's look at
Okay.
the beginning. Why would you put, in other words, when she was in that little club,
Yeah.
and she had the hairdo with the drawn-on eyebrows, and she was
was a
singing the
drag bar.
song,
Sure.
he saw something, and he immediately was struck by it. But I didn't see it.
You know,
She wasn't particularly attractive. She wasn't really singing a song that would make me say, "Oh my God, look at this woman!" And she was kind of moving around the club like a tour singer.
It's
So what?
interesting that performance played like that to you. In context, though, it was a very, very highly theatrical and stylized performance because it took place in
because
a
it
drag
catered
bar.
to her as a performer.
And so that's why.
But I would have changed it. If you really want to bring her from humble beginnings, put her in prison. And the only thing she
That's like
does
a
to keep
different
from
film.
going
That's
insane.
not A Star is Born.
In order to stop
it's
going,
never been about a prison
Let me
break
finish.
film.
Let me finish. So she doesn't go insane. She writes songs and she sings to herself.
Okay.
And she's always singing to herself. And now she gets a job as a waitress because that's the only job she can get. And it's one of those places like it's an Italian place where it's happy birthday and you all got to stand around and sing happy birthday. And he hears her singing
Are you
happy
saying that 'cause she's
birthday.
Italian?
See, that's a humble beginning.
Okay, well, maybe you can make the next installment in 35
I am.
years.
Darn it, I am. I'm going to cast who I want in it.
We've talked a lot about Lady Gaga. What did you think about Bradley Cooper as the actor,
He
as the
should be
director?
nominated for Best Actor. Brilliant.
Yeah, the musical talent. I always love it when I discover these actors, these fine
Brilliant.
actors, movie stars.
Brilliant. The
have
way he
this
sang that
incredible
song, that one song.
musical
that he sang.
ability.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
heartbreaking, beautiful, and he also directed it. Gosh, I don't know how actors take on a film like that.
don't
They have
know.
to worry about producing a film and then step into
Right.
the role of creating art on camera.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant.
He was
Now,
really great.
the directing I thought was a little ponderous. I could have cut 20 minutes from that film. I thought some of the scenes between them went on and on and on, especially the scene where he's making up to her, when he's in that halfway house and he's apologizing. Maybe a little, all he had to do was say, and you know, that night on the stage, and she would have known, and he puts his hand on her hand and just doesn't do anything, just kind of has that moment instead of explaining and trying to explain. You don't need it.
Well, for me, that moment was so different because you really did not know where the film was going at that point. And I've seen the previous versions of this film. I was hopeful, but I was still, you're doubtful. If you've ever lived with an alcoholic, you don't know where you stand with an alcoholic at any given moment, right?
But we knew he was getting better. And
we knew he was getting better.
He was on his way
but
up.
You were still, so you didn't know. And she obviously had her doubts. I think you see that played so beautifully in that film, in that moment. Got it. What was your what the hell moment?
My what the hell moment was when him and Sam Elliott are in the car and he gets out and he looks at Sam Elliott. Now, Sam Elliott is his surrogate father. His father died, and Sam Elliott was a friend, and he raised him.
It was his brother.
It was his father's brother.
Mm-hmm. And he was his brother. His own brother.
Was it?
Yes. And that was what was the most interesting thing.
It wasn't.
He was like a father. You're right to say he was like a father figure. And he
wasn't
there.
His brother.
They both shared a father who was an alcoholic. That's right. And so that's why he says, I
that's
got
right.
my
You're
voice
right.
from
Right.
you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But that one moment he gets out and he says, and he looks at Sam Elliott and he says, I always, you were the one who inspired me.
Yeah.
And they both got choked up.
I wanted to sound like you.
Because they hadn't said that in years.
What a moment.
How about you? What was your what the hell moment?
I know that could have been my what the hell moment, but since you beautifully explained why that was such a powerful film. No, that was it. That was it. Well, he turns around and you've got this close up of his face and the pain that he's in at that moment, and they really can't talk about it. It's hard to talk about. My what the hell moment would be, when she does that performance on Saturday Night Live, and it's not the kind of music that she was intended to perform in her life.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
And then she has that awful manager, and then he basically tells, he tells Bradley Cooper, you know what, you got to stay away from her. You're no good for her, and that's sort of what leads to him in the end. So that was my what the hell moment. I think that what the manager represented.
Got it.
The devilish function.
I found it hard to believe when the manager was having a conversation with him, telling him that she's going to go on tour, she's a big star, and you need to stay away from her because she's on her way up, and you know that you're going to reach for the booze at some point anyway.
I know.
And then he turns around and commits suicide. I thought, based on that conversation, he seemed like a stronger guy than that. I mean,
that was the spoiler.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's the same in all of them, right?
Yes.
It is. Anyway, listen, if you want to go see this film, go ahead. I'm going to give it a 5. What do you give it, Alex?
I would say you must go see this film. It's going to be one of the highlight films of 2018.
So we agree to
musical.
Disagree.
Go see it just if you love great music.
I don't know about the music. It's not so great. Anyway. It's a whole film.
Thank you for making this such an enriching experience for our viewers, Mike. Thank you so much.
Anytime. You know what? Honesty is the best policy.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe below.
Mike and Al, what the hell? I think it was not that good. Come on. Jeez. Whiz. Venom. Go see Venom, folks.